Good morning, happy Saturday. We are up early for a Saturday and I'm about to go work in the garden. July came early this month. It came around the end of May. I don't know what happened. Somebody got confused and it has been hot and muggy. So my goal every day has been to get in the garden by 7:30 and work in there until about 9:30, 10, depending. Yesterday I didn't get in there quite that early, and by the time I stopped, I just had sweat just dripping into my eyes. It was pretty gross. You guys might have a chance to see that this morning. Do you want me to share the grossness? If you do, go ahead and give this a thumbs up, then I'll know. So today I'm going to be making a little bit of a change in the garden for the better, hopefully. Let's go take a look. I'm sitting here in my garden this morning. It's quite peaceful, even though there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of cleaning up to be done. And I'm here and I'm quite near the entrance to my garden. And I want to talk about what's in that bucket right there. I did something not really smart. So those are called lick tubs. And that one was full of weeds from when we weeded over there. Full to the brim of weeds. And I've been wanting to do a compost tea. So a compost tea, if you don't know what that is, you take all your weeds, grass clippings, whatever you have, you put in a container and you fill it with water and you let it steep, which is why it's called a tea. And then all the nutrients, all the good stuff gets sucked out of those weeds, and you can dip the water out and use it for watering in the garden. And it's actually pretty potent, like a fertilizer, just about. And it also, it's a good way to repurpose those weeds that you had to pull up and everything. So I've been wanting to do that. I've also been wanting to do rabbit manure tea for the same reason. You can put rabbit manure straight in the garden actually, but I feed my rabbits a Timothy hay and it has little seed heads on it. And so I'm kind of concerned that I either have to find a way to separate those out, or because if I just put them straight in the garden, then I might be sprouting hay seeds in my garden and I don't want to do that. So rather than take the time to sift it and get all the rabbit stuff separated from the hay seeds, I thought, I'll just add it on top of the weeds here and put it in water and we'll be good to go. So my original plan was to get one of those blue barrels. They come with a lid. They're like food grade drums, I don't know, I want to say 50-gallon maybe. They're like about that big around and probably about 3 feet, 4 feet tall. I'm sure if you're any bit rural or homesteading, you know what I'm talking about. So, and then put a spigot on it, like when I did for the pigs. I have the little pig drinker thing, spout. So I'm gonna put a spigot on it, some kind of screen to keep the spigot from getting clogged up with stuff, have a lid on it, have it by the compost area, and then I actually want to have it raised and then maybe attach a hose so I could water the garden directly from that, gravity feed it, because that end of the garden, the east end, is highest. So that was the plan, but then I had this bucket full of weeds sitting here and I just thought, well, no problem then. I'm just gonna throw some rabbit manure in there, fill it up with water, let it steep a while, and use it in the garden. And so I did that without thinking about the stench. Oh, it's so bad. One day Chris was bringing me a drill and he didn't know that was there, and he leaned over the fence stand and he's like, what is that? And he dry heaved his way back to his car the whole way back. I was so sorry. It was so funny though. So it was like a sorry not sorry thing. And so that's right by the entrance to my garden. So yesterday I thought, I'll just dip some water out, and then without the weight of the water I should be able to move the leaves. No, it's still really heavy. So today I brought a pitchfork and a wheelbarrow. So I want to get this thing moved over by the compost bin, so at least it's not right at the entrance of the garden. We're probably still going to smell it unless I put some kind of lid on it. When you stir it, it smells so much worse. My alarm just went off on my phone. I've got something else going on this morning while I was in the garden. I've got Buttercup in here for a conjugal visit with Wesley. I saw one fall off and then she was kind of being shy, so I decided just to leave them in here for half an hour, and now I will take her back to her babies. Aren't they cute? Okay, now get back to work in the garden. Whew, the sun is coming over the hill. I can feel the perspiration starting. Yuck. So I'm gonna hurry up a bit. I've got on gloves because I'm about to start dipping out to go water with these. Just dump out a bunch into a jar or some kind of container, and then find plants that look like they need a little nourishing. And right now, all of my bell peppers are kind of small. So here we go. Just gonna give them a little bit of a watering. It's supposed to rain later today, so I'm not really watering to give them a deep water. I'm really just watering for the nutrition in this water. I know everyone asks people to like and subscribe to their videos, and it probably gets old after a while, I imagine, but it really does help us out because it tells YouTube you like this kind of video, you like this creator, and you want to see more of them. What in the world? So if you like this kind of content, if you like my videos, and if you like this creator, if you like me, hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks. In addition to all the varieties of tomatoes as far as shape, taste, color, there's another factor you should know about, and that is whether they are determinate or indeterminate. And if they are determinate, that means they'll grow to whatever height their genes are set at, 3 feet, 4 feet, stop. Or if they're indeterminate, they'll keep growing up as far as they have a surface to grow on. So you'll see people grow them in greenhouses with strings, and they just go up and up and up the string. So that's good and bad for me because both of the varieties I bought are indeterminate. So that means, actually I didn't even buy both varieties. My friend gave them to me, gave me one. I bought one. Gosh, can't talk this morning. What that means is when these tomatoes get to the top of this trellis, they'll grow and just fall over from the weight of the tomatoes. So when they get up here, close to the top, I'm just gonna like cut them, not let them grow any farther than that. But it's also good in the fact that over here, the tomatoes that I planted in this arch, where are they? There they are, should grow up, 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 and as far along this arch as I let them. So we could be harvesting tomatoes overhead before too long. Everything looks so small in the garden right now. Well, not quite everything, but most things look so small in the garden, and it's just hard for me to remember, just be patient, because it's gonna just get big really fast. I was talking about running out of room in the garden, and Chris said, "You've got plenty of room," and I was like, it looks like that now, doesn't it? I now have moved the stinky one away from the entrance. This is just the clear water one that I use to water with looking in the garden. And I don't want to drag the hose over or start the sprinkler. And then I put the other ones back over there by the compost area. Compost area is a work in progress, so eventually I'll get where I'm actually making compost there. Right now it's storing paper bags and boxes. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in the garden today. Have a great weekend.